Hello, hello, Tim Tony here. I am so excited to announce that our music video for the song Empty Grave by Dr. Pushkin and B-Wayne just crossed 1 million views on YouTube today. Now, this is a huge milestone for me. This is my first ever video to cross 1 million views. And I think the same is true for Dr. Pushkin and B-Wayne. So it's worth celebrating. So I'm inviting you all to help us celebrate. I remember my first contact with Dr. Pushkin, Paul Azure, which was towards the end of 2023. He had just seen my first music video, Skeng, and reached out on Twitter about wanting to work together. Now that was huge for me because Paul Azure and I, we both attended Opukuwari school, but he attended way before I did. And when I got to Opukuwari, Paul Azure was sort of a legend, because he was part of the team that led Opukuwari to win its last National Science and Maths quiz. He was a star student athlete. He was one of the best students on campus after graduation, went on to university in the US, went to MIT, is doing big things in, the tech space. And he's also making music and doing it really well. So it was just highly validating that a person that I had been hearing about who was this legend back in high school is reaching out, wanting to work together. We didn't really talk much after that first contact till April of 2024 when he and B-Wayne dropped the song Empty Grave. And when I heard it, it just moved me so deeply. I could relate to it, what he was talking about, that I reached out to him and told him, hey, if we are ever going to make a music video, I want to take a stab at this song. And he was like, sure. So from then, I started to think through some concepts and I would share something with him every now and then. Then in November of 2024, he reached out being like, hey, I'm flying into Ghana towards the end of the month and we'll be there for a few days. Are we able to shoot this video? And I'm like, sure. So I whipped together the treatment, shared it with him. And I remember what he said. He was like, hey, bro, the concept is dope, but the scenes chow. And I was like, yeah, we have to have that many scenes to fully convey the story. My background is in narrative filmmaking. And now that I'm making more music videos, with every project, I want to introduce some of my narrative filmmaking background in it, like have a sort of 3-act story or narrative in the music videos. I'm glad it all worked out because, us hitting 1 million views and winning all these awards, it means something worked in that video, right? I'm immensely proud of it. I was a bit anxious about how packed our treatment was and whether or not we'll be able to shoot everything within the 2 days that we had allotted for it because Paul Azure was flying back to the US after our last day of shooting. So it required some serious planning, and I'm very grateful for our production designer, Fatal, because once I shared the treatment with him and we started talking, he had so many great ideas in terms of locations we could use, costumes, props, and everything. We went and scouted a lot of locations. Thank you so much to Red Clay Studio for making your space available for us to shoot the burial scene. I also want to thank Nana AJ, who I've worked with on the JK projects, right, for making your home available for us to shoot the party, the gathering scene. Our shoot started with a bit of some hiccups. We had this party scene in the house to show Paul Azure in the midst of family and friends where he eventually gets poisoned, right? And I had talked with someone who had access to an acting group and they had promised me that they'll be able to get me 30 actors to come populate the space so that the party scene can look like a party. And we had someone else who was supposed to play the brother who poisons Paul's character. But on the day of, none of these actors showed up. And I had ordered food for 30 people and drinks for 30 people, So I was very worried and felt like, damn, like our shoot is going to fall apart, right? But family and friends stepped up, like people like Rabi, my brother, my sister, some of our crew members, they each called their friends. And so the people you see in that scene are family and friends of friends who came at last minute notice, to come populate the space and make the scene feel real. And I'm glad about how the scene turned out. It felt more grounded and authentic, right? Which just goes to show, like sometimes you make your plan and then anything can happen. So you need to be flexible on your feet, right? Then the next day we shot the burial scene and then the resurrection scene. It all flowed smoothly once we started. Paul Azure was such a breeze to work with, like very laid back, very chill. Like everything we wanted to do, he was down for us to do it, right? We actually even buried him in one of the scenes for him to emerge and resurrect, right? Same with B-Wayne, B-Wayne has a fear of heights, but he was willing to get up on the tree for us to shoot that scene with him looking at us as we are doing the burial. I'm so proud of how the video turned out. Shout out to our entire crew, to Fatal, to Suleimana, to Nabla, to Salim Marlian, to everybody who showed up, to my brother Salim, my sister Swad, Rabi, Yakubu, Damba. Man, like without you, this video would not have been. And I'm so grateful. And shout out to Paul Azure. This ends up being my highest budget music video I've ever done. So it just goes to show that he understands that for quality, you have to invest, After we brought out the video, he was so happy with it. And he's been like pushing really hard to platform the video. This 1 million views did not just happen by chance. Paul Azure actually put in the effort to promote the video, to push it. He actually submitted this video to many film festivals where it's winning some awards, right? So for me, it just goes to show that beyond making good work, you need to push it as far as you can for it to get the exposure it deserves, because this video could have been that this video, as good as it is, without the effort, it could have been sitting at maybe 2,000 views or something. So I think there's a lot for us to learn as operating in Tamale, because we're making so many great videos, but hardly do these videos ever get the views that they deserve. I'm looking at the videos I've made. A video like Skeng deserves over 1 million views, yo. A video like Vibration deserves over 1 million views. Tumteya deserves over 1 million views. Amina deserves over 1 million views, right? So I think there's something to learn here about how do we platform our work better such that they get maximum exposure. I'm so grateful about this entire experience, getting to work on Empty Grave, getting to connect with Paul Azure, getting to hit this milestone of 1 million views on YouTube. Who knows what the next milestone will be? All these awards we've won at these film festivals that we continue to win. I'm so grateful. And I look forward to more. Our best is yet to come. Thank you so much for all your support. If you haven't watched the video yet, go check it out. And go watch my other videos. They all deserve more views. Thank you.